this movie is good. Wait, scratch that. This movie is great. I mean, I don't believe this. An actual great Thai film, a Thai movie that actually sent out a signal to all over the world that we are here and we are ready and we're gonna kick your ass. We might not have a big animation studio, we might not have hundreds of millions of dollars of budget, but that is not gonna stop us from making something spectacular. After witnessing so many bad Thai films, this movie gives me hope. A hope of a better tomorrow for Thai cinema as a whole. A hope for a brighter future for our next generation. It shows us the true ingenuity, talent and creativity of the Thai people. It shows us that we can be as good, and dare I say, better than other major animation studios in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Yak, the Giant King. Directed and written by the ultra-talented genius media mogul of Thailand, Prapat Jonsalanon. Yak, the Giant King is a reinterpretation of Thailand national epic called Ramakien, based on the Indian epic Ramayana, the story about the epic clash between good and evil, similar to the Arthurian legend and the poetic Edda in the West. Mr. Prapat is a very well-known figure in Thailand. He is the mastermind behind countless music hits, best-selling books, and sold-out Thai musical. And his transition to a full-length CGI animated feature was nothing short of elegant. The story is smart and unique. The animation was actually good. I mean, I did not even believe this was made in Thailand when I first saw the trailer. I thought this was some, I don't know, Singaporean Indonesian movie or something. But damn, we did it, man! It was us! Now, enough praising, back to the movie. The story of Yak is set in a world populated by robots. 1,000,000 days has passed since the cataclysmic battle between the monkey robot and the giant robots, which result in the complete genocide of both sides. 2 robots are discovered. One is a giant green robot called Uncle Green, while the other one is a pinkish white monkey robot called Whitey. I'm not racist. Goddamn subtitle. Now these 2 robots are chained together for an unknown reason, and together they try to find a way to rid themselves of this bond. And along the way, an unlikely friendship developed between the 2. Oh, and I forgot to mention, they both have amnesia and can't remember who they are. However, their friendship is put to the test once they regain their memory, and now they must decide between friendship or their pre-programmed duty. And that is the only thing I am gonna say about this film, because goddamn, you need to go and see it. Now, this animated feature has been in production for 8 years. Yes, you did not heard wrong. 8 years. 2 years was spent planning this movie, and 6 executing the plan. And despite the very limited technology and financial support, the 8-year worth of works accumulated into what I would describe as a beautifully crafted, high-quality film in which kids and adults alike will enjoy. The inspiration for this movie comes from the original creator of the Ramayana epic himself, in which he said that the story of Ramayana will be told and retold millions and millions of times. This is the 1,000,001. Now when it comes to animated film based on an already existing text, it usually fell into about 3 categories. The first one is the children's route, where everything is turned into slapstick comedy and appeal only to young children. Secondly, a radically different interpretation of the original text. Example of this would be Robert Zemeckis' Beowulf, which will result in having very mixed response from the audience who are familiar with the original text and people who don't understand what's going on. And then we come to the third category, which is the unfunny satire, like Shrek, which I am not fond of. The movie Yak, however, does not fall into any of these 3 categories. Instead, a 4th one, which I would like to describe as being a very high quality, unique and smart reinterpretation of an already existing story. What Mr. Prapat did in this movie was basically taking the original core of Ramakien or Ramayana, but add so many new different features into it that even though it is very radically different from the original text, it is still recognizable, which adds to the nostalgia factor for people who knows and love the legend of Ramakien. The movie also does not appeal to only Thai people. This also serves as a gateway which opened up a new world for foreigners who are unfamiliar with the legend of Ramakien. So if you're a foreigner in Thailand and feel like seeing a Thai movie, don't feel left out and don't be scared, because this is something that everybody will understand and enjoy. Now, I'm not really a big fan of spoiling the movies I like, but there was one point in the film that really illustrates how this movie successfully reinterpret the story of Ramakien. Now, the original story centers around a war between giants and this dude named Ram, Ram or Rama in English, and he's basically an avatar of a god. And yeah, you can guess that he kicked the giant's ass and they win, yada yada. And this is where the movie really shines. Now, instead of having Rama as one of the walking and talking character, he's actually a satellite in space which fire ion cannon down and kill everybody. Now, if you know Command and Conquer the game, you know what I'm talking about. And for people who don't, well, he's basically a satellite that shoot death rays down on everything. Now that is what I call a unique spin on an existing character. He is basically a representation of a god with a power to actually destroy the earth. Yak is also a fine example of good storytelling, showing what the term show don't tell really is. Now the underlying subject in this story is basically the conflict between friendship and duty and how we all should get along and be friends. Now instead of spoon feeding this to us like we're a bunch of dumbass kids, the film showed us through the interaction between the character, which doesn't bring the whole story to a halt, and everything still moves forward, but we still get the main concept that the film tried to tell us. It doesn't go around every 5 minutes and spew the stupid shit to us like, oh, we should be friends, we should be friends, we should be friends. No, it shows us why we need to be friends. It shows us why we need to decide between duty and friendship without having actually telling us what to do. That is what I call a great form of storytelling. And like I said before, we're in Thailand. We don't really have that much support when it comes to animation technology. But this movie looks amazing. There was no weird animation. There was no bad texture. Everything looked good. Above average, like 80%. Sure, we might not be as good as Pixar or DreamWorks, but we're close. We're getting there. Now the voice acting. If I have to pick the weakest aspect of this film, it would be that. And even that, it wasn't bad. The voice acting was actually pretty decent. It sounded very natural and it sounded very professional. It was something that could be improved, and I have all the confidence in the world for Mr. Papa to fix this. And thank God, this movie did not appeal to children. Sure, this is a children's film, but it appeals to both adults and kids. This is what made Pixar good in the first place. It's a children's story, but everybody can enjoy. Parents are not gonna be like, oh shit, kill me. During the film, they will be enjoying this with their kids. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this, but sorry Pixar, sorry Scotland, but I prefer this more than Brave. I can see the Pixar fan sharpening their pitchfork and lighting their torches right now. But everything else aside, it's a better story. Sure, Pixar had the advantage of having the most spectacular, beautiful movie ever made. But if you remember from my Brave review, one of my major problems with that movie was that it aimed at kids. The story was so damn predictable. The story was so childish that it isn't enjoyable to adults. Kids will enjoy it, but we won't. The story of Yak, however, was way better written, and it keeps us guessing, even people who knows the story of Ramakien inside out like me. And to me, you can have the most beautiful film, but if the plot blows, then the movie is gonna fail. And even though Brave is an okay film in its own right, Yak was simply better. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The soundtrack in this movie is amazing. The orchestration was really good. I did not expect this. I was expecting some stupid modern music like pop and hip hop and dubstep, but what I got was a full orchestration of very beautiful and powerful music. So thumbs up to that too. There is so much I want to talk about this film, but I would end up spoiling it. This is something you need to see. Yak the Giant King can be described as a beacon in the darkness. Thai film is in a slum. We are trapped in this whirlpool of mediocrity and genericism, and depth is like a shining beacon that is leading us out of that whirlpool. This movie needs our support. Mr. Prapat has taken a risk, investing 8 years of his life creating this project, and the result was nothing short of magical. So thank you, Mr. Prapat, for giving us this amazing film. Although I have one question. Do we need to wait 8 more years for something else to come? But hey, take your time, man. Because I would gladly wait 10 years if the product is gonna be this good. I'm the Thai Terror. And until next time, Sawadee Krap.